This last week has been really crazy. We are ready to move forward.
Shut up.
In fact, it's been so crazy, I totally missed the exact moment of a really cool thing that happened with Story Greenlight. See, in order for YouTube to allow you to run ads on your channel, you have to have two things. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time on your channel over the last 12 months. We just crossed that 4,000 hour mark this past week, and I've got some tips for you on how to get there and how to stay there, and I have some statistics and some numbers that might surprise you. Howdy, Jeff Bartsch here with Story Greenlight, where we're all about helping creators like you tell the stories that you care about the most. That is what we're all about here at the channel, so if you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss a single video. Now, it might seem that talking about ads and monetizing your channel and watch time and YouTube and all that stuff doesn't have much to do with telling stories, but I'm telling you it does, and so just hang in there. We will wrap it all together and it'll all make sense. Having said that, Story Greenlight has a huge range of creators with different subscriber bases, all the way from 0 subscribers all the way to well over 1 million. And I know that that 4,000 hour benchmark can seem incredibly intimidating to some, and it can seem like pretty much nothing to other people. So if you are already at that 4,000 hour mark and beyond, and you have advice for people who are looking how to get there, I would love to hear your comments and your advice on how to make that happen. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say down in the comments. In the meantime, here's some things I've learned along the way of getting that 4,000 hour benchmark, how to get there and how to stay there. Number one, it is incredibly important to pick an upload schedule and to be consistent with it. I did not have that at the beginning of my channel, and everything was just all over the place. The audience didn't know what was coming or when it was gonna come. It was like when they should check back. And I was just being overly perfectionistic with creating the content. I still am a little bit. I'm a recovering perfectionist when it comes to creating YouTube content. I'm working on it. The thing is, a lot of people say that it's like, I have too much stuff going on in my life. I'm too busy to commit to a regular, consistent production and upload schedule. And the fact of the matter is, we make time for the stuff that is important for us. If you have a full-time day job, like yours truly, Hollywood doesn't do 9 to 5. I'm gone 12 hours a day every day. You have to figure out where are the blocks of time and how can you make the time work with your existing life. So here's what I decided to do. A while back, I decided that I was going to do 1 piece a week. A lot of people try to go way more than that, and I just didn't feel like that was something that I could do. Especially at first, because I was spending a lot of time on every single piece, like spending hours and hours and hours and hours, and it was just not sustainable. It wasn't something that I could just keep doing. So my initial solution was do a fancier, like more intense produced piece, like more highly edited piece 1 week, and then the next week I would do a live stream. And that required far less preparation and 0 editing, and that really opened things up in my production schedule. I got to the point where I decided that I no longer was going to do the live streams, and in the meantime, I had figured out a way to do produced pieces at a quality level that I'm okay with, and that doesn't take me forever to do. And by the way, I'm just gonna put this out there. If you're hearing the sound of my voice and you're a creator, there is 0 excuse for you to not put out at least 1 video a week. This thing, it's in your pocket almost all the time. Here's an example of what I did out of desperation at one point. I was coming up against a deadline for a Wednesday delivery, and I had not done a piece yet. And so I stopped at the train station on my way into work on a Wednesday morning. I pulled out my cell phone and did a 4-minute, 1-take video into this thing. And I just hit upload and I just went about my day. A couple days later, when the statistics came back in from YouTube, I was it kind of blew my mind, because what happened was that 1-take cell phone video was performing better in audience retention than the piece that I had just done that I'd spent ridiculous amount of time editing. Tip number 2 for building your watch time, consider doing live streaming. This is a great way to hang out with a loyal core of your audience who will spend time with you and pump up your watch time. You can see on the graph here all the different places where I was doing these live streams, and there was a great big spike in the watch time right there. Now, live streams are great for building community. They are not great for having, for telling YouTube that people are hanging around and watching all of your content. Audience retention rates on these things is really, really low. It's not good. Plus on that, if you're looking to also build your channel, I found for myself, live streams are not good for getting new subscribers. In fact, I actually looked through the statistics at one point on how many subscribers came in to the channel as a net result of all the live streams. And the net result was, if you're here because you subscribed from a live stream, I love you, you're awesome. You're also in the tiny, tiny minority. Tip number 3, consider how to maintain your 4,000 hour benchmark if you're not at a place where your channel is already maintaining it all by itself. Now here's the thing, people often wonder, if I reach that 4,000 hour mark and I drop below that 4,000 hour mark after I become a YouTube partner, will my channel be demonetized? And the official word from Google is that the answer is no, but they say it's okay if you drop underneath that threshold briefly, but they also reserve the right at their discretion, which basically means they can do whatever they want, to demonetize a channel if it's inactive or if it's not uploading for like 6 months, or basically if you're not showing good faith that you're trying to maintain it. Now the cool thing is, the more body of work that you have, the more likely it is that people will discover your channel and they will actually just watch more and more of your content. They'll even binge on it like Netflix. There are a lot of folks who come here and they like what they find at Story Greenlight and they start binging on the content, and you can see that the overall watch time is trending up around here, which would be really hard for that overall trend to go up if there wasn't already a body of work, which is why you need to be consistent about producing the stuff in the first place. Idea number 4, consider what kind of content is best for you to build watch time. As we mentioned earlier, live streams can be great. There's also the strategy of creating content specifically so that it will rank highly in the search function on YouTube. Sometimes that works really, really well and drives all kinds of watch time, and other times it doesn't, because it just doesn't hit the way you want it to, and often you have to create a whole bunch of videos in order for them to get ranking in the search the way you want them to. Plus, one of the other challenges is that when people are searching for a video, they're often looking for a piece of information, which means they are going to come, find your video, they're going to get the information, and then they're going to leave. It's kind of like the time when I was wanting a refresher on how to sew a button back on my pants. So I went to YouTube and I typed in how to sew a button on your pants. I found the video, got the information, and to this day, I have no idea who the creator was who did that or how to find that video again. I'm sorry, I was just looking for information, not for a relationship. Which is my best recommendation for creating content that makes people want to watch your content over and over, and they keep coming back, and there's an actual relationship and a connection that builds between you and your audience. One of the single best ways to connect with other human beings on YouTube or anywhere else is to add elements of story to your content. So for more ideas on how to add story, check out this playlist right here. And another incredibly powerful element is something that I call the thing under the thing. You use it well, it is emotional superglue between you and your audience. So more about that and how to use it in your content, you get this playlist right here, and I will see you in the next video.